Hey guys, Crypto Sunday, and it's a bit of an odd day. It looks like prices are sort of all over the place, and the spreadsheet prices are quite a bit different to my phone. I'm going to go with the phone to be honest. So I'm going to say up about £10,000, about 3%. This is off the back of some recent news, which I will get to in a minute. I'm sure you're aware. But yeah, looking at the coin shares report, we kind of knew this was going to be a slightly positive week because of recent inflows. We saw 441 million of inflows, despite the German government and Mt. Gox selling. So yeah, institutions sort of carrying on buying the dip. This was mostly into Bitcoin, as expected. Ethereum, 10 million, 10.2 million inflow for the week, 12.8 million into multi-asset. We are starting to see sort of a few double-figure weeks for the multi-asset ones, which is interesting. It's how you'd sort of expect traditional finance to want to invest, really. Maybe a sort of ETF eventually of top 10, top 25, maybe, sort of market cap weighted rather than sort of just buying individuals. 16.3 million into Solana is very, very nice. A little bit into then Litecoin, shorting Bitcoin, XRP, and sort of the others. 1.7 million in others as well. And then other countries, quite positive, sort of more positive than we've seen in a little while. Little outflow from Germany and a little from Sweden, but inflow into Switzerland, Hong Kong. Haven't seen much inflow into Hong Kong. That's 10% of their AUM. A little inflow into Canada, and a double figure from Brazil. First double figures inflow I've seen. So well done them. Looking at the more recent inflows for the last week, we're going to get another sort of fairly green coin shares report next week as well, because this week has been nothing but inflow of sort of varying sizes. We had a 294 million, 216, 147, then a little 78 million, but then finished the week off with 310 million. Including even an inflow into Grayscale. So this is a bit odd. I'm not sure their mini trust. Still can't find 100% whether it's even open, but I'm guessing it is. I can't see any reason you'd want to put into Grayscale otherwise. But yeah, good sort of little inflow into BlackRock, a little bit into Fidelity. So pretty good. And you had some sort of inflows midweek into the smaller ones. And then the recent news, Bitcoin has gone to around $60,000 after an assassination attempt on President Trump. Interesting. The sort of shooter appears to be a fairly young lad. I believe he is dead now. And yeah, people are sort of taking this to be that Donald Trump is now favourite after sort of surviving this assassination attempt. Everyone will rally round him, and obviously Republicans have been sort of very positive on crypto. So Trump, from the looks of the betting markets, has gone heavy favourite, and yeah, we're sort of expecting positivity from November onwards. A bit more political tennis as well. The CFTC chairman, Rostin Benham, has said 70 to 80% of cryptocurrencies are not securities, which is interesting. I could sort of see the point that a lot of the large ones wouldn't be, but some of these small ones where it's just sort of a team of two or three guys creating a coin and promising that you're going to 1000x on it, I would say probably is a security. But yeah, that's CFTC. They are wanting to sort of take a more leading approach on crypto and sort of have it under their banner. So this could just be a little bit of, as you say, political tennis, trying to wrestle away the jurisdiction from the SEC. Maybe he's just sort of thinking about his own job, thinking about Trump. Obviously, Trump is pro crypto. He's saying most crypto are commodities, and that would mean sort of they come under his banner. And yeah, Trump has said if he gets in that Gary Gensler is out. He would sort of promote someone more to his liking. Whether that is Hester Peirce, we would have to see. But yeah, expecting sort of potentially good things with a lot of crypto coming more under the CFTC. This has been sort of the butt of most of people's jokes over the last week. The German government, it's not quite the German government, it's the state of Saxony, have sold all of their Bitcoin now. So they had 50,000 Bitcoin seized from a money laundering website from the looks of it. And yeah, they have sort of pretty much fire sold it, booted it out the window in the last week and sold everything. They sort of said this is standard practice. It's not, anything particularly against crypto. They would have done it with basically any asset. And yeah, that's just sort of, as I say, standard practice. But a lot of people saying that they should have either kept some of it, or at least not sold it in the way that they have. The US have sort of seized more than 50,000 Bitcoin before, and sort of done it as an auction. People come in and sort of maybe get a small discount, but it doesn't sort of just get market sold and not crash the price, I would say. It hasn't really crashed the price, but it certainly had an effect. And sort of an auction can almost be seen as a bullish event, basically. None of it sort of goes on the market. It all goes to generally one large institution, and you sort of get obviously the news of who's bidding and who's interested. So yeah, maybe a little bit of a lesson for Germany, but we'll see. And then getting into Solana. So Masari have gone quite early with the Q2 reports starting. We've had Solana's Q2, so this is up to 2 weeks ago. We don't normally get sort of quite this up to date, but we'll start to see more come out, I guess. The Solana one is obviously the one I'm always most interested in. I don't think we get Ethereum for free still, so yeah. Solana is obviously the big one I'm looking at. We've seen sort of enormous fee increase and revenue from sort of meme tokens, basically, which isn't really the one I would sort of want them to be getting increased value on. But I guess you've got to take whatever they can get in what is still, I guess, relatively early stages. They're only a sort of 2 or 3 year old project. But yeah, we've had daily fee payers up from sort of 95,000, 190,000, 594,000 last quarter, and then 899,000 for Q2. So very nice. Average transaction fee is up to 2.2 cents. So this is the sort of meme coin frenzy causing that. Active validators is down just under 12%. I think this is still sort of some large institutions being sort of switched off. FTX, they had been saying had quite a lot. I didn't sort of check the sort of go into more detail on who was switching off, but 1,500 validators is sort of okay, and I'm sure as the market moves on, more people will be interested in spinning one up. DeFi TVL, that's in dollar terms, so that moves around with the price, but yeah, that's down 8.6%. DEX volume, pretty good, up 28%, 1.7 billion. That is sort of rivaling Solana now, rivaling Ethereum. Daily NFT volume is down quite a bit, although it's still up from most of 2023, but it's down from last quarter, 3.4 million. And total raised in the ecosystem is quite high, a little bit down from last quarter, but way up on most of sort of 2023, 112 million. Couple more bits on here as well. Stablecoin market cap had been sort of rising quite a bit and has sort of risen 7.6%. Not too bad. 3.1 billion. Still got a long way to go to catch up to people like Tron and obviously Ethereum. A lot is still on Ethereum, but yeah, good for the stablecoin market. As I was sort of mentioning, selling off Cardano, I think they had about 25 million in stablecoin market cap. So just not really interested. Liquid staking rate slightly up. NFTs minted, the C compressed NFTs is way down, 858,000 versus 2.8 million. So yeah, that was sort of a little bit of spam. From what I understand, I was getting a huge amount of spam NFTs dumped into my wallet, and you have to keep deleting them, and that's a bit irritating. I don't know if they've sort of pushed out an update to try and stop people doing that. Active weekly ecosystem devs as well. A little bit of a surprise to see this sort of continually going down quarter after quarter. 10.2% down in the last quarter was 534 in the same time last year. So a little bit strange considering sort of what seems like a growing network, but yeah, a lot of this is sort of meme coins and stuff. I think we need Fire Dancer to come in and some sort of more grown up use cases, I would say. You can see the average daily volume is sort of being spurred by Radium, which I believe is the pump.fun sort of channel that people go through. So that sort of spiked up in the initial start and has sort of been pretty steady for the last quarter. Just breaking down that stablecoin volume as well. They do seem to still be mostly USDC. They're not getting the sort of the Tether exposure really yet. I think that is still sort of Tron and one or two others. But USDC, it's looking like will be or could be more the one for Europe. I don't think Tether have got quite got their license sorted yet for Europe since the MiCA regulations have come in. So yeah, USDC could be good. I think they still do say Solana is the official chain for USDC, even if they don't have quite the amount of total stable coins on Solana. And PayPal still trying to increase. You can see this sort of pink line ever so slightly getting bigger. You would sort of always think PayPal, with their marketing and name behind them, would grow, but yeah, they're giving it a go. It's always good to see, I guess, liquid staking, even in Sol terms, quite significantly on the up since July 2023. It's pretty much a straight line up, and the staking rates are going up. So yeah, interesting. I'm not a big fan of staking sort of as a whole because it is just leaving your money there. I'd rather it was sort of used for something a little more. And the sort of staking, certainly on Solana is a little bit inflationary. You look at the sort of market cap chart compared to the price chart on Solana, and it's rather different. I think market cap is sort of way, way past the all-time highs of 2021, even though the price isn't. But yeah, staking's okay, I suppose. It's just, yeah, I'd rather it was sort of NFTs and payments and, all manner of sort of useful things. See, NFT volume as well is sort of really, really struggling, down sort of pretty much every month since turn of the year. I do sort of think they will still come back. I think meme coins, they're sort of fun to play with and things, but I do think there's far more you can do with NFTs. Not the sort of just profile picture little clubs, but sort of more useful NFTs, things tied to gaming. And I still think music is, a fairly big use case, but we'll have to see. But I'm still sort of pinning my hopes on the NFTs. A lot of, well, pretty much all of my Solana is actually in NFTs. I like the network usage overview as well, the non-vote transactions, that sort of is what should get quoted a little bit more. I think a lot of people just focus on total transactions, but voting on protocol upgrades and that sort of thing isn't use of the network. So non-vote transactions, pretty good, or 0.8% up from last quarter, but that's still good. It was sort of at 33 million, 24 million. So at 70, that's pretty good. Average daily new fee payers, again, this is sort of meme coins and that sort of thing, but up 114%. Very nice. And all of this activity is driving fees up. Average transaction fee, as I say, at 2.2 cents, but the median transaction fee is still 0.16 cent. So the median, sort of, if people who don't know what the median is, it's sort of basically number 50 in a 0 to 100 line, rather than all of the fees added up divided by 100, say. If this was sort of evenly distributed, possibly if it was on Ethereum, you'd expect the sort of mean average fee and the median to be pretty much the same. But this sort of shows it's a few whales and sort of people who are quite happy to pay, 2 cents, especially if you're coming from Ethereum. 2 cents seems like an absolute bargain. But the majority, I think you'd have to say the majority are paying far, a fraction of 1 cent. So that's very, very nice. Or 0.00001 sol, which, is practically not worth talking about. So very nice. It's, whales and sort of degens and people paying for the rest of the network to have cheap fees, which is the way. So basically, there's loads of stuff in here. I have sort of had a reasonable read. As always, a lot of it goes a little bit over my head. I'm not a coder, not a developer, so yeah, it's good to just see sort of things are happening. I am looking for when Fire Dancer is going to be launched, their sort of second client, which they're saying is unbelievably efficient and sort of will lead to potentially upwards of 500,000 to 1,000,000 transactions per second, potentially. I do think it's worth sort of noticing that they're saying the original client sort of isn't really possible with that. So, sort of saying that the Fire Dancer, basically makes it unbreakable for, I guess, the use cases that are wanting to use 500,000 transactions per second. If they can't use the original client, then it sort of is just one client. So you could, maybe it's just me, but I would say that is then not unbreakable because they can only use one client. So if there's a bug with Fire Dancer, that would cause a large issue. But looking at the performance for the week then, so ignoring the prices that are on here, I'm calling it 362,000. Bitcoin is up 3% for the week. Very nice. Solana 2.6%. Ethereum 4.7%, outperforming a little. Chainlink 1%, not particularly good. XRP 19%. So this is sort of, it seems, leading up to their court case settlement. There's 1 year to the day yesterday, I think, since they were sort of labelled, the coin was labelled not a security, but sales of it were. And yeah, I think they're sort of expecting a final resolution of that imminently, and whether the sort of price is pumping, expecting a positive move, don't know. If they get a real sort of spike on positive news potentially, I may consider selling, because if you look at the sort of fully diluted, 100, whatever it is, 100 billion tokens total price rather than just the current 55 billion, I think they're at, well, about 55 billion dollar market cap, which is a hell of a lot considering, from what I've seen, they don't really do a huge amount. This is sort of, potential. They're saying they're being held back by the lawsuit, and they've sort of got loads and loads of banks and deals sort of waiting in the wings when they get approved. But yeah, I wonder if some of that is already being priced in, and sort of certainly if they, if they get a spike to sort of 60 cents or something on the on sort of positive news from the lawsuit, then I think I may be looking to sell, because I can't really see, I'm looking at sort of 15x potential on some of the options, and sort of for Ripple to 15x fully diluted, it would be a trillion market cap. So yeah, I can't really see that. So I think it'd be on the sell pile, and I'm certainly watching at the moment. Polygon 5% up for the week. Audius 2.5. Power Ledger 6%. Internet Computer 17, almost as good as XRP. Gala is down 3%, as is Quant 4.3%. Not really seen any news to cause that. Basic Attention Token 5.6% green, and VeChain 18%. So there's a few sort of in the high teens. But yeah, we'll see if prices can sort of start to settle down and at least agree over the next week. So leave your thoughts in comments below, and like and subscribe. See you soon.